Cardassian rule may have been oppressive, but at least it was simple.
As nuanced as things are in Star Trek, sometimes there is just black and white regarding morality. Gul Dukat and Khan are figures that are universally considered bad, possibly even evil. Figures like Garrick and Damar take a more gray area where they have definitively done evil, but add to the net good. And then there's Odo. This is going to be somewhat controversial, but I have always found Odo to not be the ultimate do-gooder that many just assume that he is. I do think that for most of our time with him, he is probably the epitome of justice and ultimately wants to do what is right. But there are times when, well, he really helped fascists. That said, he doesn't so much want to work under a justice system that is truly just. He just wants to bring something to the table under whatever justice system he's in.
The new Cardassian Ore Processing Center orbiting Bajor is nearing completion. The Cardassian troops stationed there will require comfort women to make their tour of duty less stressful.
To better understand this, let's take a look at the two instances that are pretty pronounced when it comes to this topic. The first would be when he was specifically working under the Cardassian regime. In order to appropriately understand, we do have to analyze both the Cardassians and his role. To put it simply, the Cardassians were literally the worst elements of both the Nazi regime and the Japanese Empire. They enslaved an entire planet, largely outlawed religion, required the denizens to strip mine their own world, then worked them to death, would randomly kill Bajorans to prove a point, created concentration camps, and forced them to be a part of it. Not to mention sexually assaulting women by requiring them to be comfort women and impress high Cardassian officials, and do just awful things. Some of these unions would even have children. So yeah, bad people. Even the good ones were pretty bad. And Odo, quite honestly, played his part in all of this.
Why me? I'm no investigator.
Ah, but I suspect you'd make a good one.
He would become a part of the Cardassian justice system when Gul Dukat, a leader of this ultimate evil, saw his potential. At least his potential to become an investigator, and hires him. And therein lies the issue. At the point Odo was hired, he is literally working for a despotic regime. He was, and even is at that time, trusted by the Bajorans, that's true. He would often help them with disputes, and they would even love him after this occupation. But he was still a collaborator. A loved one, possibly even a woke one, but a collaborator nonetheless. Hell, he would even become acclimated to Cardassian justice, following their rules and even missing the policies when Starfleet took over. Under the Cardassians, he became obsessed and would make mistakes, ones that came with a body count. And during all of this, even if we ignored the mistakes that got people killed, he would be sitting back and letting the comfort women do their thing and concentration camps exist. He didn't do anything. He didn't join the resistance. He didn't stand up and ultimately try to throw off the Cardassians. Now, some will say that if he had tried to join the resistance or fight back, he could have been killed. And I actually completely understand that. If he worked under the Cardassian Empire and chose not to do anything because he didn't want to be killed and tried to bring a little good to this overall bad, that's fair enough. But that doesn't make him a hero. That doesn't even necessarily make him a good person. It, ironically, makes him human. And to be clear, I'm not saying he's the worst for even keeping his head down, but we do hold him in a higher esteem than that of others, and I'm still just curious why. The other instance is when he was working with the Dominion. Now this time, Odo actively worked against them, and he was a part of the resistance, trying to make all the changes that he could. But ultimately, everything would become standardized. He would just try to do the minimum to keep people alive. He wouldn't actively resist. And his loyalty seemed to be attached to the woman he was having sex with. This makes Odo, in my mind, questionable, at best. He generally just let the current regime, be it Cardassian, Starfleet, or Dominion, do whatever that regime wanted to do. He may have tried to make it a better, more tolerable place, but he never seemed to work against them, at least not really. So what are your thoughts? I know I really haven't gone too in-depth here, but I kind of just wanted the discussion. Was he a willing collaborator, a hero, or just someone trying to survive? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Lore Reloaded.